Hey guys, Louis and Waldi here talking about the SiniCon E24 again, the controller I've been working on for 4 months. You guys have seen the other video, I hope, and you know what it's all about, but this is just the unit with the screens. It's not plugged in. I wanted to show you guys the screens turning on, and let's do that right now. So if you can look at that. And there you go. And then it's gonna give a number for each one of the screens. Now we're gonna plug it into the computer, and you'll hear Windows acknowledging that it's been plugged in. So now we have the encoder here. I'm going to start up Reaper, and I was given some crap about the quality of the previous video, so I got some lights now. My brother loves me, but he's trying to help me by telling me to do a little bit more production value on this. So with that said, let's start up Reaper, and that will be here. Oh, sorry. Here. There we go. And here we are with Reaper. Now I can go back to this camera where you can see both. You can have a couple of setups that you can look at, but probably this is good or this is good. This actually might be better. So I've been working on the zone file a little bit, and one of the things that I've been doing is creating it so the touch sensitivity actually does something. If you look at this, just as before, the C row of encoders is altering or affecting the volume for the first 8 tracks unless you bank. But right now, let's keep it at the first 8. So the first one's going to affect the first track. But the other thing that it's doing is with the touch sensitivity, I'm affecting Reaper so it gets a little bit bigger on the mixer view. And then on the track view, I don't know if you can see it here. Maybe I have to zoom in. You can see the values above on track 1 when I go up and down. And when I let go, that goes away. And again, so you can see it here. When I touch it, the track value shows you, track view shows you the values of the volume, and the mixer makes the first track that's being affected larger so you can see it better. If I let go, both of them go away, and I can do the same thing for track 2. And in essence, for any track I'm affecting. The only thing here is my touch sensitivity is very sensitive. So if you get close as you're turning one of these, maybe I have a better image here. Yeah. So if I'm turning this and I get close to this one, you'll see that track 3 got also enlarged and actually selected. So when I let go of touching it, that goes away, but now track 2 is not selected. So that stays on. So it's just a matter of tapping it again and it goes away. That's just the nature of the beast if you start touching other things that have touch sensitivity, and the function is based on touching it. I am speaking with my firmware programmer, and we're trying to see if we can make the touch sensitivity less sensitive, so it's more deliberate when you're touching things. So now the other thing I'm doing, for example, let me select track 8. This will select track 8. And also another thing that's happening is when you touch them, if you see track 7, track 8 is selected when I touch the 8 encoder. And then when I touch the 7th, track 7 is selected. So it's actually selecting, whereas before it wasn't selecting. It was affecting it, but not selecting it. So now we're going back to track 8, which is the one that has the sends. Now, again, one thing I'm having issues with is the top row, which is row A, should be affecting the different sends, the volume of the different sends. Right now, all of the encoders are only affecting the first send of track 8. But one of the nice things that I did was I'm using the touch sensitivity, so the send screen comes up the second you touch it. And you'll see it there. And then you see the volume being affected. And if I let go, it goes away. And the second encoder is doing the same thing. Ooh, I touched another encoder. See, every time you touch it, it affects it. But it's only affecting the... It's only affecting the... what do you call it? The first track. So... And now we've gotten into this loop where if you touch it and you touch another encoder, sometimes it doesn't register the release and the screen stays on, so you have to close it with your mouse. But again, when the sensitivity of the encoders is less, it's not going to be so much of an issue. It'll be more deliberate when you touch it with 2 fingers and you hold it. But again, this is going to show that, and I'll show you the other encoders. And there you go. So all these encoders are working the way they should. Also, the mute is still working just as before. I mean the solo, not the mute. But those are the different things and the extra functions that I've been adding. So it just gives you a nice little visual feedback of what you're affecting. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll keep making progress over here. We'll try to figure out why CSI is not mapping the different sends to all the encoders. I've checked the messages coming back from the encoders into Reaper, and they are sending the correct ones, but it seems like CSI might not be sending the different sends for track 8 into all the, or mapping them into all these encoders. So I need to figure that out. I might have to talk to Jeff about that. But again, thanks very much for watching. I'll keep you guys posted with more videos as soon as I have more things to show. Have a good one, guys, and stay safe.